The journey has been long and arduous, with many highs and lows, excitement followed by disappointment, but finally, they've arrived. We have socks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to What's Up 183. I'm going to go with Monday night, race night, and probably the worst decision I've made in a while. We're going up the Alp again. It's the TAT race again. It's Watopia Alp the Zwift again. And the last time I did this race up the Alp, I think the final 3 or 4 kilometres of that were possibly the worst I've ever felt on a bike. So I probably should be sitting this one out, but in the interest of this kind of mission I'm on now to try and get some form back, get rid of some of this body mass and get myself just a little bit more, I figured I can't really pull out of this one. I do have a tactic, and it's a very basic one. I will absolutely not go into the red before we hit the main climb. The opening, I'm not even sure how long it is, 15k, something like that, will be my warm-up. Steady pace. I'm not going to just deliberately let everybody disappear, but I 100% will not be going over threshold from the line. I don't care what anyone else does. I'll get the legs moving just a little bit now. Ready for this start, but like I say, it's going to be easy off the line. Alright, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are off. Best of luck, everybody. Have a good race. I'm hoping that this format of race will make it a lot easier for me to keep an eye on the guys nearer the front without jeopardising my own race too much, because the likelihood is the finishing times are going to be spread out a lot more than they are on our midweek mini crits. You can see Brian Roden kicking off the front there already. Let's go and have a look at him, see what he's up to. There we go, right on the front, 7 watts per kilogram up the KOM. So yeah, like I say, I know I'm dropping right off already, but that's nothing to do with what they're doing. That's just to do with my own decision. But I should be able to jump back and forth a little bit better. So I've come up against who is probably my main rival for tonight, Kevin Wilshire. So glad you made it here, dude. I'm just going to try and use you to pace me, basically. I'm just watching Kevin Wilshire. His heart rate 47 beats per minute at 240 watts. That is a seriously relaxed heart. He's gone up a bit now, 59. If I flick back to myself, at the same, well, 80 watts less, and my heart rate's 164 beats per minute. Absolute madness. I know mine beats particularly fast, but wow, Kevin is seriously relaxed and clearly not nervous about the threat of me attacking him on Alp the Zwift. We've got a nice little quartet here at the moment, although I'm just slipping off it. Don't do that, don't do that. What is wrong with me? Come on. Without going too far into the red, get back on that bunch. There we go. Yeah, so, as I was saying, we have a nice little quartet at the moment of myself, Kevin Wilshire, D Quick, and Martinison. And we're all we've all been taking turns doing pulls on the front, and it's a relatively comfortable pace. But there is a big gap already. Cheers, M Ward, for the ride on. Appreciate that, dude. There is a big gap to the group ahead. We've got Keith D, P Ribbins, G Moncrief at 51 seconds, and then there's another group about 20 seconds ahead, 18 seconds ahead I think, which I didn't see. I think Percy Santamaria was in there. Okay, I can see who's ahead. We've got Percy Santamaria, Velo Viking Snorefeli, T Linsky, Jay Wainwright. They're all 109 ahead of me. Looks like P Ribbins has had to pull. Unlucky, man. I'll give you a ride on if I can find my mouse. I'm just trying to keep steady on the wheels here of Wheelshare Martinson. I think they've both got more to give. But as I mentioned, I'm not going to chase even if they go. I'm glad they can't hear that now. If I just hold around this power, that's okay for now. So all the time gaps get compressed because we're on a climb. But we can see Keith Denton is 30 seconds ahead. Moncrief 38, Linsky 39. And he's now with Percy Santamaria. And Snorefeli, Velo Viking, and Jay Wainwright, just a handful of seconds ahead of those guys. And once again, Martinison and Wheelshare managed to kick away from me, but I'm not busting a gut to chase that. Anything can happen on the climb, on the Alp when we get there. So I've just got to make sure I've got legs at that point. Hey, my cocker, Mr. Sean Lowe. Thanks for the ride on, dude. Great to see you. Hope yourself and Mrs. McCocker and all your little McCockers are doing well. That was quite handy while I was chatting, and with the benefit of a bit of a slingshot from the guys that came past me, I've pulled back onto Kevin, Wheelshare and T Martinison without too much exertion, which is nice. Just seen another WKG jersey come flying past, and it wasn't anyone that was in the names on the right hand side there, and it's Mr. Jamie Woodward has joined the party, and I think to set himself a challenge he probably joined really late and has chased us guys down. Great to see you, Jamie. It'd be very tempting to use you to draft away from these guys or to chase down someone ahead, but I will resist the temptation if it's there. That's not in the spirit of things. So we're 14 kilometres in, we're over the halfway point in terms of distance. And we've done a very small fraction of the climbing. The gaps now, so it's still myself, Kevin, D Quick and M Martinison. We've got M Crichton, 54 seconds behind. T Linsky 142 behind, J Wainwright 151, R Koichev 213. N Bike, I think I saw at 219, maybe wrong. And up ahead we've got G Moncrief 118, just behind Keith Denton 116, Percy Santamaria, he's now showing 114, they've obviously hit the climb. Then we've got Velo Viking just ahead, and then the times are all messed up because James Wainwright was showing behind me a moment ago. So we're literally about to hit Alpe du Zwift, and that's why all these times are compressing. So Percy at 52 now. Here we go. Right, I've lost all the names because we're on the climb. That's where the fun really starts. little flatten off over the marker to start the first of the 21 segments. Up, out to Zwift. 7% gradient. Here we go. I'm going to try and jump forward and have a look further up the race. There's Keith. How's he getting on? Holding solid power. And he's 13 seconds behind Snorefoli. There is the Velo Viking. Just behind Percy Santa Maria. Percy with some good power ahead of him though, 3.8 watts per kilogram. Let's keep going further. Try and get to the front, then I'll come back. Okay, we've got N-Bike leading the way, 42 seconds ahead. The next place man. He's already coming up to turn 15. Wow. Good job, man. I'm surprised, look how skinny those arms and legs are. You were built for climbing, my friend. Then we got the Wolf, M. Bryant, the Wolf, in second place. And Mr. Alp de Zwift, Brian Roden, rounding off the podium at the moment. In third. Fourth we have Jay Urson. 10 seconds further back, D. Lazenby. Another 23 seconds back to Jay Pollack. And then we jump back almost a minute to B. Bassett, who's 16 seconds ahead of Peter Patonk, Ping Pong, Pedro Wilson. Then we have another 5 seconds back to R. Koichev, who is 40 seconds ahead of T. Linsky and Jay Wainwright. Then there's this jump, 5 seconds back to Moncrief. And we rejoin Percy Santa Maria, who is now 6 seconds ahead of Snorefoli. Let's get back to me. I've dropped off Kevin a bit during that chat, but to be honest, I was up in my power during that, so he was pulling away anyway. It wasn't through a lack of concentration. Oh man, Martinison, who was just ahead of Kevin, has dropped behind, his chain dropped. That is such bad luck, man. Last place you want to have to stop and start again is on this climb. Unlucky, dude. M. Crichton, or Crichton, is now just a couple of seconds behind me. I can see him coming. Putting out solid power. Mr. Jim Pocock, thank you, my friend, for the ride on. Always good to see your name pop up there. Yeah, Kevin's got power to burn. I think he's looking to get on the back of D quick. And the two of them will be able to work away from me very easily. I'm having to go through this phase that I always do. Just knocking it back a bit. The trouble is, I say I'm knocking it back a bit, and that implies that I'm sort of biding my time to really kick again. The kick never seems to come. But it will this time, I promise you. There goes Mr. Crichton. Good job, man. Have I given you a ride on? No, I haven't. Ride on, dude. Martinson's just come right back up to me again. Sadly, looks like Martinson's had another problem. I just saw a message come up saying nothing works today. And sure enough, there he is. Sat at the side of the road. Unlucky, man. He looks like he's moving again. Thank you, Kay Verwimp, for the ride on. I think I missed a load as well. I think I caught Percy Santa Maria's name just as I flipped back to my screen. Cheers, Percy. Yeah, as you can see, I've lost a lot of time to M. Crichton, Keith D, and the guys look like Keith, D Quick, K Wilshire. We're all bunched together at about 1:15 ahead of me. So I think those guys are helping each other out quite nicely. And now I'm all on my own, once again on the mountain. I'm not feeling sorry for myself, it's my own fault. Martinison will probably be back with me. Oh, Velo Viking saying he's toast. Nah, man. I hope that doesn't mean toast is in. You're done. And that's end game. Yeah, I think Martinison will be with me again in a second. He's got going again. Holding similar watts to me. Just a couple of seconds behind. So I'd imagine he'll be here in a moment. I'm going to go and have another look further up front, see what's going on. So there we go, yeah, Keith and D Quick locked together. Kevin's stunning ride. 2.3 seconds, sorry, 6 seconds ahead, 2.3 watts. 6 seconds ahead of D Quick. Just 5 seconds behind Snorefoli now, who I'm pleased to see is still moving anyway. And he might say he's towed, but he's still putting out more power than me. pulling away from me. Then we got Percy 36 seconds ahead. Jay Wainwright next up. And G Moncrief just 6 seconds ahead of Jay Wainwright. Then we jump another 8 seconds. T Linsky. And Mr. Brian Wilson. Peter Wilson. 52 seconds ahead of Linsky. Don't think we're going to get a view of him. Where is Peter? There he is. Yeah, 53 seconds ahead of T Linsky. 32 behind Arkoichev. So let's keep moving forward. Here is Arkoichev. And he is 55 seconds behind B Bassett. And we can see B Bassett, 3.5 watts per kilogram, 4 watts per kilogram. Let's keep jumping forward. Jay Polak, Team TFC, doing a stunning job, 3.5 watts per kilogram, 38 seconds ahead of B Bassett, and 47 behind Jay Ursum. I don't recognise that jersey, so apologies. Is that just one of Zwift's own? Oh, it's the Academy jersey. Sorry, yeah, no wonder I don't recognise it. I didn't enter the Academy this time round. So Jay Ursum, 51 seconds behind D Lazenby, and this is getting close. He's now closing in on Brian Roden, who is currently sitting third. D Lazenby just 2 seconds behind Brian. There is Brian, 121 behind the Wolf. And cruising away at the front. 3 minutes ahead. Here we go. N-Bike. N-Bike, every time I go to him, he's mid to high 5 watts per kilogram. That's world tour figures, isn't it? Cracking job, dude. Alright, better get back to me again. Am I anywhere near? Oh, good, I'm with Martinson. Hey, Kenneth. Mr. Kenneth Scranstead, thank you for the ride on, my friend. One of these days, I'm going to phone your work, tell them you're sick, so that you have to take part in one of these races, buddy. Not that I'd even see you, you'd disappear out the gate with the rest of the A's. So you might as well not be there as far as I'm concerned, but it's always nice to have you in the race. Thank you, Jay Kalari, for the ride on. Very much appreciated. Just as I'm starting to feel proper twinges of discomfort and pain in my buttocks and my left leg, I'm going to try the mind over matter thing. I'm not feeling any pain. I'm in perfect comfort. And I'm just saving myself for a stunning attack towards the top of this mountain. I'll tell you what I am struggling to keep positive about. The bloody music I'm listening to. I finally bit the bullet and got myself a new phone. Thank you for all your advice on the forum, by the way. I went with the iPhone 10. I didn't wait for the new one, purely because I waited to the last minute to see what the final leaked spec was. And there's not a lot of difference in terms of what I would actually notice and get use out of. So I managed to get a really good deal on the existing iPhone 10, and it's fine. It's, you know, It's definitely a step up from my iPhone 7. It's just not that exciting to have got. The iPhone 7 I thought was a perfectly good phone, but it was upgrade time, and I needed to do it so I could hand my other phone to my daughter. But anyway, I haven't synced all my tunes to it yet. So all I've got, and apologies if this offends anybody, but is that completely crap U2 album that is free with iPhones and you cannot get rid of it, or certainly I haven't been able to get rid of it. And it's the only bloody album that's looping over and over again while I'm riding up this mountain. Anyway, back to the race. I've done it again. The leader was so fast that he's finished, and I missed it. I'm so sorry, man. I had so much time, or thought I had so much time, because I'm so far away from the finish. I've got to remember to judge this a bit better. M-Bike it was. Congratulations, dude. Absolutely staggering win. And we've got M-Brant the Wolf now coming up to the final switchback to take second place, and he's got 1 minute and 10 over Brian Roden and D Lazenby, so that is going to be an interesting one to watch to the line. But we'll get the Wolf home first and concentrate on that afterwards. Coming up to the statue, not quite the leader of the pack because I missed M-Bike's victory. I can't remember your first name, Mr. M-Bike. I'm going to call you Mike because I like the idea of Mike Bike. Maybe it is. But anyway, well done on a brilliant win, and well done to M-Brant the Wolf as he comes up to hit the banner and complete the tack race. Great job, man. And immediately I'm going to click back to this battle here. So we've got D Lazenby and Brian Roden. This is going to be cat and mouse all the way to the line. 4.5 watts per kilogram for Brian, 5.5 watts per kilogram for D Lazenby. Lazenby now takes the front. I think I'm going to have to try and watch this from a more static camera view. Where's Brian gone? Okay, he's still there. Still there, putting out 6.5 watts per kilogram. Trying to pull back in. Lazenby's got a bit of a jump here though. Brian putting out more power. Yeah, he's closing that gap. Looking good. Now is he going to slingshot straight past and go for the win here? 6.5 watts per kilogram. Lazenby, I think he's done. I think Lazenby's done. Down to 3.9. Brian carries on, 4.5 watts per kilogram now. He's got a second lead. Is he going to be able to hold that to the line? Certainly looks like it. There we go. There's the gap. Oh, with an arrow. Here comes Lazenby. 6.5 watts per kilogram. Oh my word, he's going to come back through. Lazenby's got it. He's got the jump. I think Brian's got nothing left. Yeah, Brian's thrown in the towel. Superbly timed attack there by D Lazenby. Stunning job, my friend. Brilliant push by Brian. I think he must have thought he had it. Well done, D Lazenby. Finishing third. Final podium place. Brian coming over fourth. Excellent job, Brian. Like I say, I think Brian must have thought he had that when he pushed away. And Lazenby with a sneaky aero and a perfectly timed attack nicked him on the line. Great job, great racing, guys. Next up is going to be Jay Polak for 5th place. He's coming up to switchback 2, so I will just go back to me for a minute while I've got time just to see exactly what my situation is. Nothing's changed except I'm nearly a minute behind Martinusson now. Pulled back very slightly on Keith by about 5 seconds, I reckon. Jay Kalari had dropped back and has now pulled away again. So I suppose my target really, well, I mean Martinison is the closest to me, but he's been accelerating away, whereas I've been pulling back on Keith very slightly. So that would have to make Keith my primary target here. But he's a wily old fox, is Mr. Denton. So I have no doubt if I got anywhere near him, he would find an extra gear from somewhere and drag himself to the line ahead of me. But the opportunity arises, I will certainly be going for it. Hey, Michael Collins, Team Type 1. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for the ride on. I hope yourself and Zoe are keeping very well. And why Ishida? Thank you for the ride on, Mr. or Mrs. or Miss Ishida. So much for my race with Kevin Wilshire. He's absolutely destroyed me. Stunning race, Kevin. So Jay Polak, who's next in line to come home 5th, is just rounding the final switchback now. And he's got a 49-second lead ahead of B. Bassett. But that gap from B. Bassett to Jay Ursum is only 4 or 5 seconds. So that's one to keep an eye on. While I remember, obviously make sure you leave a comment in the underneath the video in YouTube or in the Facebook thread of the video of this vlog, telling me why you think you should win the exclusive Tat t-shirt, very kindly provided by our sponsors Rillo, and I will pick my favourite comment and the t-shirt will be winging its way to you. Our last winner actually was Peter Wilson. Just to let you know, Peter, if you're watching, this week is basically shipment week. All the kits, everything that's arrived, the socks, the bags, the jerseys, the bibs, arm warmers, gilets, and your Tat t-shirt, all the shipments are going out this week. I had a pretty busy post week last week, and it's rolled through to this week as well now, with the arrival of our socks. So that should be with you in a couple of days. Okay, so Jay Polak. While I've been waffling along, Mr. Polak from Team TFC hits the flat at the top of the climb, rolls up to the line to take a very well-deserved 5th place. Great job, buddy. Alright, we're back to B. Bassett, who's actually done a brilliant job now. He's got 20 seconds over Jay Ursum. Excellent stuff, stretching that lead. He's round the final hairpin, halfway up this finishing stretch. While I was chatting about the kit delivery, do stick around to the end of this vlog. I'll give you a sneaky peek at everything that's arrived. I love it all. Obviously I discussed the socks previously and the fact that they weren't exactly to the specification that was requested. But there's actually a potential deal there with Endura in terms of additional sponsorship or perhaps increased discounts on future orders, because they've kind of acknowledged the error in the production of the socks. Because we waited so long, I took the decision, and it seemed to be the majority decision, just to go with what we've been sent. Because they're really cool socks. I love them. I'm wearing mine now. They're really nice socks. They're just not exactly what we required or requested. But in fairness to Endura, they have acknowledged that, and we're kind of in negotiation about some free bits and pieces which can be given away as prizes and as sponsorship for maybe the racing league when it kicks off. I don't know, it depends how much they're willing to give us. Or like I say, potentially a discount on the next order. But stick around at the end of this vlog, I'll show you everything we've got. It's really, really nice stuff. Here we go, Mr. B. Bassett coming to the line. Super job, my friend, taking 6th place and managing to stretch that gap to 38 seconds to Jay Ursum before he hit the line. Oh, I've obviously hit a very steep bit wherever I am. Virtually came to a halt. Here we go. Over the last bit of punishment, up to the flat for Jay Ursum. Excellent job, my friend. Coming home 7th, ahead of Mr. Peter Wilson. Alright, I'm going to flip back to me for a bit. Peter's got a couple of bends to go for his final straight. And Jay Kalari is really stretched away. Kind of status quo between myself and Keith. And Martinison has stretched even further. And will be with Keith very shortly, I would think. I'm questioning, after I've seen some of these other guys go through, whether I then make a concerted effort to try and chase Keith down. That could be the end of me. It could be a kind of do or die. If I stayed at this pace, I think I should make it to the finish. If I upped it to chase Keith down, there's no guarantee whatsoever that I won't just fully cramp up. My fuel of choice tonight, by the way, giant Palmer violets. I don't have any sort of glucose tablets or jelly beans or anything like that, so I figure these are just pure little discs of crumbly sugar and do the job as good as anything, I'd imagine. Oh man, Martinison dropped out again, but straight back on. I think he's having power dropouts quite consistently, which is a real shame. He's clearly got the strength there when everything's working. Look at that view over the clouds off the edge of that mountain. It's pretty wicked. Bit of a snowstorm gathering as well. Wouldn't want to be in one of those tents. Dropped off a little bit then. Got a bit distracted by something, which is stupid. Let's get back to the front. Let's hope I haven't missed Peter coming over. Here we go. Wow, that was well timed. Okay, so Linsky is just 25 seconds behind Peter, but I think Peter's got it in the bag here to take home 8th. I didn't miss anyone in front of Peter, did I? No, I don't think I did. Oh, you can see I got distracted. My average watts for this particular segment, 132, whereas I've been hovering around, well look, 150s, high 140s in previous segments. That was really silly. Trying to sort out my music. So it really was a silly thing to do. Over the crest for Peter Wilson. There we go. Nice view up the legs of the statue. Onto the flat. Great job, man. Solid top 10 finish for Mr. Peter Wilson. Nicely done. I'm going to, as always, before we hit the banner, flick back to the next man on track, which is T. Linsky. Great job, Peter. Right, there we go. 30 seconds behind T. Linsky. Oh, I've got to get out of the saddle for a second. Get a little bit of buttock discomfort. So, T. Linsky looking good in the black 100k. Is that the 100k or 100-mile ride jersey? Whatever it is. Chapeau, dude. As Peter turns around to come down the other way. Well done, T. Linsky, coming home 9th. Excellent job. 35 seconds ahead of Jane Wainwright. Jane Wainwright? Jay Wainwright. Oh, a nice strong kick there from Mr. Wainwright. Coming up to the line, he goes again, 7 watts per kilogram, 7.7. Great stuff, man. I love that. He just climbed out to Zwift. He still had a bit of a sprint to the line. Brilliant stuff. Well done. Next up, Percy Santamaria. He's got a 37-second lead over G. Moncrief. I'm on Crife. Percy looking splendid in full WKG gear. Matching cap. I like that, Percy. Good man. 4.2 watts per kilogram on this final stretch. Great stuff. I've got to say, I am super impressed with Kevin Wilshire in this. We've been very similarly paced on the short crit races every Wednesday. But he had shown me a seriously hot pair of heels. I know that's not the saying, it's a clean pair of heels, but these were smoking up this mountain. Stunning job. Percy up in the 5 for a second there, looking for a strong finish. Shatter the spirits of G Moncrief if he was thinking of any kind of charge. Here we go. Over the hump, up to the line. Percival Santa Maria. Fabulous job, dude. Chapeau. We go back to Mr. SDR and G Moncrief. Now he has only got 23 seconds over D Quick, and D Quick is putting out some decent power. This could get interesting. I think he's got the distance, but he's clearly on his last legs here, coming up this climb. And D Quick, who I was scrapping with right at the bottom of this, was clearly pacing himself very well. Now G Moncrief holding as close to 2 watts per kilogram as he can. Just try and keep that gap. 17 seconds now. Can't actually see D Quick in the background there. 17 seconds at this gradient isn't actually that big a distance in terms of meters. I wonder if that timing is out, because I still can't see him in the screenshot. G Moncrief, look, great job. Digging deep, high 2s. That would have put pay to any challenge from behind. Excellent stuff, man. Managing to kick at the crucial time. My power is way down again. So that last segment, 134 watts average. This one currently 137 watts average. I'm way down. And there we go. I can see D Quick in the background, 15 seconds behind. I think it's going to be too little too late. I don't want to be presumptuous, but Moncrief is digging deep here. 3 watts per kilogram for D Quick. He senses blood. He smells an opportunity. I don't know which way I want this to go. I feel desperately sorry for Moncrief if he doesn't make it, but you'd have to say, huge chapeau to Quick if he does manage to pull that back in on this final stretch. I don't think it's going to be. Now Moncrief, high 2s, coming to the flat. Well defended just when you needed to, my friend. Good stuff. There we go. Over the line. Excellent race, my man. D Quick, brilliant effort to put the pressure on towards the end. I think he's riding the steel bike as well. I remember that. Oh no, that's the track, isn't it? It's just steel wheels. There we go. Mr. Quick, over the line. Excellent job. And here is potentially my rider of the day, I've got to say. Kevin Wilshire. Absolutely brilliant. That heart rate's a little bit higher than it was earlier in the race now when I was checking you at 250 watts and 50 beats per minute. So, as soon as you hit the climb, it obviously makes you work a little bit harder for it. But this is a stunning, stunning performance. I think I'll stick to racing you in the crits where the time difference isn't so apparent, or the performance difference isn't so apparent over 10 kilometres. Nice feather to finish things off. And there we go. Up to the banner. 14th place. No, I don't think that was right. I don't think it was 14th. Maybe. I thought he was just outside the top 10. I thought it was 11th or 12th. I'm miscounting, clearly. So next up we've got Jay Kalari. Coming around the final hairpin now. I'm just going to quickly flick back. In fact, I don't really need to. I can just jump here. I can see I'm 157 behind, 154 behind Keith, who is matching and beating my power consistently. But I don't think there's going to be much I can do about that. I still will, if there's anything I feel like I've got in my legs towards the finish, I'll have a crack. I've got to, haven't I? But I would suggest Keith's got me well and truly covered. Martinison, great job with all the problems we've had. He's gone past Keith, he's closing in on Velo Viking. Solid performance, my man. Just seen a message from Keith saying he's not giving up now. Good man. Trust me, Keith, you don't want to give up, because even if I'm closing on you, which I can't tell if I am or not, I'm feeling it, my friend. My thighs and my calves are not happy right now. Now here we go, Jay Kalari coming home 15th, over the hump, nice flat, roll into the line, backs off the power, looking good on the Tron, excellent job dude, and he's finished his tack race. Well done my man, Velo Viking, proud of you my friend. Looked like you were going to throw in the towel about halfway up this mountain. Pushed on with strength and power. Great job, dude. It's got a minute gap over Martinison. Now, I'm not closing on Keith. I'm looking at those time gaps. I'm no closer to Keith than I was, so he clearly isn't fading too much. Okay, here we go. Snorefoli. Stunning. Just to keep going. Well done, man. Coming up to the line, on the flat bit, backing off the power. And completes his tack race. Great job, man. Next up, Martinison. Equally stunning, especially given the problems that you had. Dropped behind me a couple of times through technicals. You managed to fight your way back ahead each time and pull away. Keith, look at Keith, 2.7, saved himself with his final K. Oh, come on, mind over matter for me. I'm not in pain. Just keep my legs spinning. Good, I've got an easier gear I can switch into. Keep them going. Quite right, Keith. Keith just pointing out how well Kevin did. Absolutely right. I think I was definitely expecting to be tighter in a battle with him all the way up this mountain. But as soon as it pointed upwards, he showed his strength. Oh man, Martinison had another problem there. It actually looked like his avatar unclipped for a second. Coming up to the line, I'll give him a message as well, because he's had to overcome some real difficulties. Keith suggesting I'm saving myself for Wednesday. I wish that was the case, Keith. Well done, Team Martinison. Excellent job, my man. Literally came to a halt on the line there. I hope he's gone over it. Here comes Keith. 1,046,000 ahead of me. Excellent job, man. I've got to get out of the saddle again, but my legs don't want to. But my butt really does. I've noticed my heart rate's gone up, average heart rate's gone up, and my average watts has gone down the last couple of segments. I just got to bring it home now. I'm not catching Keith. He's done a brilliant job. He's a bit of a martyr. Martyr? Maybe he is. A master strategist. Strategist, is that right? Statistician. Tactician. Here's old Keith the Hoff Denton. He does seem to be able to manage his pace incredibly well. And I feel I've done better with managing my pace in this race. I feel a lot fresher than I did last time I rode up the Alp, where I clearly went off too fast and was just dying towards the end. Obviously I've still got a little way to go, but I'm well beyond the point where I collapsed last time. But the difference with me strategizing this race well and the way Keith's done it is he's 1 minute and 50 seconds faster than me already. So the pacing works if I just slow everything down, basically. And here we have it, Mr. Denton over the final crest, onto the flat. There he goes. You can ease back, roll to the line. Excellent job, Keith. Well done, dude. I won't click away just yet, but you've beaten me by 1 minute and 44 at the very least. Yep, indeed you made it, man. Well done. Excellent stuff. And let's click back to me, and I'm just coming up to the final hairpin now. The psychology involved in this final stretch is just horrendous. For some reason, the second I turn that final hairpin, every time my legs just go to jelly. I feel like I've got absolutely nothing to give. I'm sure it's all in my mind. I can see light at the end of the tunnel. And it's like my legs just kind of give up. The last 150 metres. It must be psychological. This feels horrible, and I felt not too bad. I mean, I was going slow, but I wasn't dying until that last hairpin, and it just gets in my mind. But here we go. I'm coming over the top. It's flattening out. Oh, love it. Oh, big ring. I'm actually in the big ring. Coming to the burner. Oh, I did it. I bloody made it. And that might have been very slow, but you know what? I don't care at all. I wasn't expecting to finish tonight. After last time, I really did not expect to finish. So I see that as a pretty significant victory that I'm kind of proud of myself just for getting up the top. Albeit an hour and 3 minutes behind the leader, who, Mike Bike, if you're watching, so sorry, man. Typical, it's always the winner whose finish I miss. I don't even feel that bad. I mean, I feel pretty breathless, and it's actually my legs more than my lungs this week. That was good. I paced myself up to Zwift. Really pleased with that. Right, I'm not going to waffle on, but what I will do is, as promised, I'll quickly show you the bits and pieces. I'll run through the finishing order really quickly. So, as I mentioned, Mr. M Bike with the win, followed by M Brandt, the Wolf, and D Lazenby rounding off the podium. Just off the podium, Brian Roden, then J Polak, B Bassett, J Ursum, Peter Wilson, T Linsky, J Wainwright rounding off the top 10. Great stuff, guys. Best of the rest, Percy Santamaria, super duper job. That is awesome. And winner of the C category, G Moncrief, D Quick, Kevin Wilshire, who I might be being a little bit biased here, but I think he's my man of the race again. So if we don't get any comments on the videos, Kevin, to win the t-shirt, it could well be going your way, but that's brilliant stuff, man. Jay Kalari next up, well done, dude. Snorefeli, Velo Viking, as I mentioned, looked like throwing in the towel, fought to the end, brilliant stuff. And T Martinison, who had all kinds of technical trouble, grinding his way up the top, brilliant job, man. Extra kudos for finishing 1:11 behind the leader. And then Mr. Denton, another one who wasn't expecting to finish. Brilliant stuff, average 182 watts all the way up there. Great stuff, Keith. And then it rounds off with myself. 63 minutes behind the leader. So sorry, T Martinson wasn't 1:11 behind the leader, it was 50 minutes behind the leader. He completed it in 111 minutes. Excellent stuff. So well done all you guys. Like I say, I'm not going to hover around on this too much. I'm going to switch this camera back to full screen. Give me 1 second. There we go. You get a nice close-up of my sweaty mug. Quick drink first, and then I'll show you the bits and pieces. Come on, I just need to get myself on the downhill so I can start rolling down for some 3 miles. I'm so behind my yearly target in distance that I need to take these when I can. Okay, so there we go, we're rolling. 1 second. Right, actually I can show you the gloves first, because I'm wearing them. Sorry about my shaking hand. But these are the awesome Endura WKG 111 Race Mix. Super aero, super comfortable. Really good padding. And so you've got the 111 detail with the stripe to match the jersey. On the back of the palm, you've got the WKG logo on the thumb. You've got the Enduro logo just there. Can I get my arm to contort in that way? Just, actually, probably easier with that hand, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know if you can pick that up. Just there on the other side of the wrist. So those are the gloves. They're probably my favourite item out of all the new bits. I love them. Right, next up, hang on, I've got to try and swing my crampy leg over the bike. Ooh, there we go. Right, stay there. The socks. I can show you them properly now. So I think the pair I showed you last time, the ones I'd been wearing, which wasn't particularly great. Okay, fluoro orange, black stripe with, I assure you that is a 111 logo, not a 177 logo on the back. WKG heart logo on the front, black stripe across the top of the foot, size guidance there. I know, like I mentioned earlier, they're not exactly what we ordered, but they look wicked. Trust me, they look really cool. And the fluoro orange will certainly get you seen when you're out and about riding. So, socks. Arm warmers. These look wicked. Absolutely brilliant. I hope they come across on the camera. But here we go. They are the thermal arm warmers in the WKG grey, Enduro logo in orange across the top part of the arm there. You've got the grey pinstripes that go all the way down, and then on the wrist you have the orange WKG logo. I'm not going to put these on because they'll be going in the shop, and obviously I'm a bit sweaty. I'm super pleased with those. They look really cool. And when you're all kitted up in full WKG gear, when the weather turns a bit outside, they look the business. So that is the arm warmers. I'm still moving at 60 kilometers an hour, by the way, on the bike, which is the bag. Here is the big beast. It's really good. I mean, as a sort of travel bag, I don't do outdoor racing, so I think that's what it's intended for. But if ever I did, it's brilliant. You can fit your helmet, shoes, towels, full kit in there. Really decent size. It's got a little side. It's hard to show you. Anyway, look, you've got the WKG heart logo on the side, main WKG logo on the front, WKG heart on that side, and then a sort of reflective Enduro logo on that side. And then we have, see how well I can show you this, large pocket on the side here with a kind of waterproof internal bag which can be accessed from this extra little zip at the top here. Camera setup is all wrong for doing this, but you get the gist, I'm sure. And then obviously you've got the main compartment, which is accessed from the top. But you've also got this big section at the bottom, which is brilliant for separating wet clothes and stuff. The whole bottom opens up. So after a race you can put all your wet stuff in there, keep it separate from anything else. Anyway, that's your team kit bag. And everything else I think you've already seen. It's the jerseys, as with this. The bib shorts you've already seen. The gilets, I'll just show you my one so you get the new one out. That's the compact gilet, which is basically the jersey colours reversed. So it's in the WKG grey with orange rather than being orange with the grey stripe. So you can see the back. Mine's actually a bit marked up. That's where I came off the bike in the Lake District. But yeah, so that's your gilet. Then you got the bibs and the jerseys, like I mentioned. So this is hard to do when you're out of breath. You just jumped off the bike. I'm still doing 61 kilometers an hour down the mountain behind the scenes as well, which is always good. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for racing. That was a really good turnout tonight. A really enjoyable race. Obviously, we all get split up on that mountain. That's just inevitable. It's always going to happen. But as I say, I'm treating that as a mini victory for myself. I'm really pleased to have made it to the top. There were some very notable brilliant performances, which I've already mentioned. Chapeau to all of you for finishing it. That race is no joke. That's bloody hard work. So anyone that turns up on a Monday night and has a crack at that, well done. Quickly wrap up about the kits. As I mentioned, now the socks have arrived, the rest of the orders can all go out. Leave your comment on the video below to win your TAC t-shirt. Peter, yours is on its way to you. I did get some messages about a cap that hasn't arrived. Leave it with me. And Mike Mitchell, I think there was a query over one of your deliveries as well. Apologies for not getting back to you individually sooner, but I've been filtering through a mountain of messages and stuff this week, so I'm on it, man. I will sort you out. So yeah, the rest of the deliveries are going to be going out. Now that I've got all of that, I will be putting. I have got spare jerseys, spare bibs, I think spare gilets, gloves, socks, and maybe 1 or 2 bags, which will be going in the shop. So as soon as they are, anyone that missed out on this order, jump in. I'll let you know which sizes are available, and hopefully I've got something for something that's suitable if you fancy it. So yeah, I'll get those in the shop, and it's nice to have a little bit of stock that I can actually sell to people that missed out on the original order. Anyway, I'm doing what I normally do, rambling much longer than I intended. While I wait for my little avatar to finish this descent from the mountain, I'm going to go and jump in the shower, grab something to eat, and then binge watch the new series of Ozark, which is my favourite TV programme, behind Breaking Bad, probably ever. Love it. So I'm not sponsored by Ozark or Netflix, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Oh, no, I tell you what, before I go, and again, I know I do this every time, but it would be remiss of me not to mention this. I'm not trying to plug my other YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, but I do want to say thank you very much for the really kind messages I got in relation to my latest video on there. That's it. I'm not going to say any more about it. Just thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. Right, that's it. As always, thanks for watching. See you soon.